Hello my lovelies. Today I have another massive Bookish unboxing for you, so stay tuned. So today I have 7 young adult Unplugged book boxes, 2 young adult Once Upon a Book Club boxes, 1 Owlcrate Junior box, and 1 regular Owlcrate box. And I am so excited to dig into all of these. These Owlcrate and Owlcrate Junior are actually the last ones that I've gotten from them because I canceled my subscription. I was just getting too much random stuff that I don't really use from those. Even though I love the books that come from there and they're so beautiful, I just ended up with too much, to me personally, useless stuff. However, the Unplugged book boxes I find have like incredibly useful items in there, and I absolutely love them. And for the Once Upon a Book Club, I think they're just fun because the gifts go along with the stories and they're very interactive. Okay, so I'm going to move you a little bit closer and we're gonna dig in. Okay, I think I'm gonna start with the Owlcrate Junior because it's the only one of these. So let's see what we got here. The theme for this was Comic Crusaders, and this was the January 22 box. So let me move these worms out of the way. Okay, it looks like so. All right, we've got some invisibility from Riddle's Tea Shop. This is Decaf Vanilla Wildberry. Then we have one of these really fun pens. I remember these pens when I was like in probably middle school maybe, where you have like the clicky down for different colors and there's a whole bunch of different colors on here. Fun. I think Xander will like that. Then there's sort of this leatherette, I guess, fanny pack. I will see if he's interested in this. If not, maybe it'll go to my nephews. I don't know. Maybe one of my nieces, or maybe I'll just give it to somebody. I don't know. And then we have a Comic Crusader felt mask. I don't think Xander's going to be interested in this. I think this is part of why we decided to end the Owlcrate Junior, because he just really wasn't all that interested. Oh, we do have this. He'll like this sticker. Okay, so there's a couple of little goodies with the book, but the book is The Unforgettable Logan Foster by Sean Peters. And we have a signed book plate. It looks like that. And it looks like a trading card. And the letter from the author says, "All right, you're about to read a book about superheroes. Caution, spoilers. And even though superheroes might not exist in real life, superpowers definitely do. That is a fact. Because anytime a person can do something that almost no one else can do, that is a superpower. Examples: dunk a basketball from the free throw line. Build a perfect replica of the White House in Minecraft. Cheer up a friend when they lose a pet turtle. Those are all superpowers. So as you read this book, remember that whatever makes you special, even if it makes you seem or feel a little different, is your superpower. You just gotta embrace it and see what it can do. I hope you'll enjoy meeting Logan Foster. I think you'll find him, his new family, and his superpowers truly unforgettable." Okay, so I don't really know what this is about, so let's read. Logan Foster has pretty much given up on the idea of ever being adopted. It could have something to with his awkward manner, photographic memory, or his affection for reciting curious facts. But whatever the cause, Logan and his PP's, prospective parents, have never clicked. Then everything changes when Gil and Margie arrive. Although they aren't exactly perfect themselves, Gil has the puniest sense of humor, and Margie's cooking would send anyone running for the hills. But they genuinely seem to care. But it doesn't take Logan long to notice some very odd things about them. They're out at all hours, they never seem to eat, and there's a part of the house that is protected by some pretty elaborate security. No matter what Logan could have imagined, nothing prepared him for the truth. His peepees are actually superheroes, and they're being hunted down by sinister forces. Logan's found himself caught in the middle of a massive battle, and the very fate of the world may hang in the balance. Will Logan find a way to save the day and his new family? Packed with superheroes, supervillains, and epic showdowns between good and evil, debut author Sean Peters shows that sometimes being a hero is just about being yourself. It does sound cute, and I'll probably read it. I don't know if Xander will be interested in reading it or not, but I certainly would. Okay, now on to the Owlcrate box. Opening this one up. Ooh. Looks like so. And the theme for this one was Beneath the Waves, and this was a December 2021 box. Okay, so we have something that's attached to a little carabiner. Oh, okay, I'm not gonna try to unfold this. This is actually a foldable, reusable shopping bag. So you just kind of flip this out and just unfold it all. But I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna just keep it in here. And then we have the pen, which says, here's a story it is. And a box that says, I'd rather die on an adventure than live standing still. Ooh, love this. Oh, really, really love this. So we have this necklace here. I don't know if it's going to focus on it. So it's got a compass on it, and around it it says Astravars, and it has a little thing like a globe where it can spin around, and on the back it has one of the Londons. I really like that. That's very cool. Normally the necklaces and stuff I end up giving to Xander because he likes them. But that one I'm keeping. Okay, I've got something in a little paper baggie. So it's a little wooden ornament. It says, there's freedom in stories. We read them and we become something else. Then we got something in here. Oh, this is a thing for like cleaning your glasses and stuff. It says, we were salt and sand and sea and storm. And on the back, it looks like this. And if y'all are hearing boo, boo, boo in the background, that's because Xander has a friend spending the night, and they're directly above playing loud music. And I've already told them once to turn it down. Okay, then we have this. No, this is cool. It's gonna take a minute to get it flattened out, but it is a magnetic dry erase board, a Percy Jackson inspired dry erase board. And it says, if my life is going to mean anything, I have to live it myself. And it's just got like, it's like a planner kind of thing. It's got each day of the week plus groceries and a notes area. And then we have a dry erase marker with a magnet on it as well. This is cool. I'll probably stick this on a fridge. It'll be good for like a meal plan kind of thing. You can say what you're gonna have for dinner each night or something. But I'm definitely gonna have to like flatten it out and then like place some heavy books on it or something. Then we've got, I think this is a mug. This is a massive mug. It's really cool though. The peace of winter stars seemed permanent. Wait, the peace, winter of stars. The peace of winter stars seemed permanent. I'm not sure what that's from, but here we go. It looks like this. It's very pretty. Got the owl on the bottom. It is a big mug, and it's a quote from Toni Morrison. Okay, give me 1 second. I've got to go fuss at some boys and I'll be right back. Okay, now that I've got it a little quieter, let's continue. Okay, this is our reading planner. Yeah, because this was the last box of the year, we did get the reading planner. On the back it says, "A book is a dream that you hold in your hands." I love this planner. It's so pretty. That is one of their really cool things, is that they have a really awesome planner every year. And they make it without any dates, so you can put your own dates in. So you can, you know, use it for any time. This is really nice. Oh, there's pages for like book reviews and stuff. And there's monthly wrap-ups. There's a comprehensive book log, so you can like keep up with all the books you read and like the ratings and stuff, whether it was a series, how long it was, what genre, what format, and let's see how many spots. Wow. It's got enough for if you've read like 100 books. And then there's some like book rec pages, noteworthy quotations, page to screen, Owlcrate wrap up, end of year wrap up, some notes. Very cool. Oh, this is a really pretty edition. So I believe I have another copy of this book that I got in a different box. I can't remember if it was the Bookish box or the Unplugged book box, but I got a different edition, but I think this one is prettier. And that is Skin of the Sea by Natasha Bowen. And it has these gold foil edges. So pretty. Ooh. These end pages. Oh, goodness, I just noticed the book. What it looks like. Ooh, that's pretty. So there's some art on the other side. And this is what the book looks like. Like, that's pretty. I'll have to look at how the other one looks and see which one I like better. But we do have a letter from the author. It's pretty small cursive writing here. This says, "Dear Owlcrate reader, I have loved mermaids since I was 6 years old, so when the beginnings of this book came to me, a book about sea and magic, I knew it had to be about them. But while my favorite story was The Little Mermaid by Hans Christian Andersen, I wanted to write a book that represented other, I don't know, I think versions of mermaids. Mermaids who looked like me. Diving into researching black mermaids, I was blown away by beautiful images and stories across the African diaspora. I focused on West African something, which led me to Linoja Mawiwata and other legendary creatures. The story of the something goddess, something as the transatlantic slave trade began, with some believing that the Onsa followed the first stolen and enslaved people. There are stories of her destroying slave ships, offering comfort to stolen Africans, and blessing the souls of those who die at sea, easing their journey home. It was this last belief that inspired Skin of the Sea. What if Genosia created mermaids in her image to help her gather and honor these souls? Then what if one of them saved a boy instead? The world of something, mermaids and magic called to me. I chose to blend it all with 16th century West African kingdoms to showcase their phenomenal knowledge and the innovation that was central to many aspects of their culture. I hope you enjoy this story of mermaids, courage, and magic, while also hopefully learning a little bit about the history and rich culture of West Africa. Oh, that was hard to read. It was so hard to read because, hold on. Tiny cursive writing. And it is signed. Okay, that is everything in that box. Now we can go on to the Once Upon a Book Club box. If you don't know, I actually am a VIFP for Once Upon a Book Club, so I do have a discount code. If you sign up using the code CompletelyMelanie10, you get 10% off. And also, if you don't know, the way these books work, or the way these boxes work, is you get a book and you get a bunch of gifts, and then as you read the book you get to pages that have like a little post-it that say open your gift, and then you go to your box and you get the gift that has that page number on it, and it goes along with the story. It makes it very interactive, very fun. Oh, this is taped in more places. That's why I'm not getting it open. Okay, let's try that again. Here we go. Okay, so this one, the book is A Secret Princess by Margaret Stoll and Melissa De La Cruz. So we have a gift for page 362, one for page 308, one for page 40, and one for page 57. We also get a book club kit here. In it we have a bookmark with a quote from the book. This one says, "Mary, Mary, quite contrary, how does your garden grow?" And on the back it just reminds you not to open your gifts until you get to that page. We also have a print with a letter from the author, which I'll read in just a moment. My battery is flashing. Here's a little thing about some other book. And in here we have a conversation with the authors, discussion questions, and how to make paper flowers. Okay, let me change out this battery and then I can tell you about this book. Okay, sorry if the angle changed. All right, our letter says, "Dear reader, we can't wait for you to read Secret Princess, our remix of A Secret Garden, The Little Princess, and Little Lord Fauntleroy. Growing up, we were both so captivated by the vivid images of Frances Hodgkin Burnett, whether boarding school drama or baronial estate melodrama, rags to riches or riches to rags, the highs were so high they seemed fantastic, if aspirational. The lows were so low they seemed wretched, if oddly relatable. Though on the surface neither one of us had much in common with Sarah Crewe or Mary Lennox or Cedric Errol. We both knew what it was to feel miserable and alone, and how the generous heart of a friend could change that. We felt that connection, even though one of us read these stories as a girl in Los Angeles, and the other read them growing up in Manila. Our reimagined version of Sarah Crewe as a girl from the Philippines is very close to Mel's heart. We hope our Sarah will find her way into yours as well. Perhaps these stories are powerful because as much as they tell quintessentially Victorian tales of gaining and losing class and privilege, they're also fundamentally about escaping powerlessness, about characters who save themselves by doing rehabilitating gardens, telling stories, taking risks, looking at themselves in new ways. As we watch Sarah and Mary and Cedric become heroes in front of our own readerly eyes, we began to believe we could be the heroes of our own stories too. So was Frances Hodgkin Burnett, a 19th century female writer who became, like Louisa May Alcott, one of the best-selling genre writers of her time. We were inspired by her real loss, having to depart England for America after the death of her father, her real romance, her husband was said to be the inspiration for Cedric, and her real secret garden at Maytham Hall, her eventual home in Kent, England. We began to see where her own rags to riches, girl-powered storytelling story intersected with her novels, as it now intersects with ours. We are so happy to share our story of stories with you. We hope you swoon, laugh, sigh, and delight in it, just as we did while writing it. We also hope in some small way it inspires you to find the way to your own power and your own story. Unlock whatever gardens you can. We believe in you. Enjoy. Margie and Mel. All right. You know I love me a retelling. So there we go. Oh. Okay, now on to the other Once Upon a Book Club box. This one looks like so. Here we go. So this book is called The Charmed List by Julie Abe. And I think this is one that I might have. I was thinking about ordering this one. I can't remember. I don't think I did though. Yeah, I don't think I did. Very cute. Okay, so we have gifts for page 148, page 24. Wow, a big one for page 5, and page 227. In our book club kit, we've got a bookmark that says, I believe in you, I believed in you then, and I believe in you now. Oh, forgot to show. The end pages look like this. And the next book looks like this. We also have a signed book plate, a print that has the author from the letter from the author on the back, and then our little thing here. Same stuff on the inside, but on the back it has an iced matcha green tea latte recipe. She put a lot on this letter. It's very tiny. Okay, this says, Dear reader, if I were to sum up the Charmed list in one word, I'd say summer. Though one word doesn't capture all of it. So, as 16-year-old Ellie Kobata likes to do, I made a list. The Charmed list is summer, the season of possibilities. And it's also 1. A slow burn romance shining bright as the blazing sun. 2. Road trips with best friends, riding with the windows down and your hair streaming in the wind. 3. Longing for that first love that you can't forget. 4. Sibling relationships sweeter than midnight s'mores. 5. Magical societies hidden in plain sight and the cutest little enchanted cottage. 6. A perfect afternoon with your summer crush at the beach with more stomach flipping than a roller coaster ride at a beach boardwalk. 7, but most of all, it's a love letter to chasing our dreams. In the Charmed list, 16-year-old Ellie Kobata has an anti-wallflower list of 13 lucky items. She spent the past school year creating her bucket list that will help her break out of her shell, and this summer's finally the time to check the items off. One of the highlights of her list is getting revenge on Jack Usada, her childhood best friend turned enemy, and heir of a rival magic shop. But when Ellie's prank on Jack goes wrong, the two of them get stuck on a road trip down the coast of California, drawing up memories for both of them, and Ellie begins to wonder if her list is charmed or seriously cursed. In so many ways, the Charmed list is Ellie's bucket list, but it's also a My Charmed list. Teenage me was just like Ellie. I was a wallflower throughout high school, never able to speak up and always wondering, will I ever be able to change? But when I write, much like the way Ellie feels when she draws, the world bursts with color. I've been able to find friends similar to Jack and Ellie's BFF, Leah, friends who see me for who I am and support my dreams of who I want to become. Truly, this story has made my charm list come true for me. I hope this sweet romance, this bucket list story with childhood best friends turned enemies turned lovers, with food descriptions that made me so hungry while writing this, and with a cute Shiba Inu named Moki, will be your summer reading pick. Most of all, I hope it will inspire readers to find their charm list too. Stay magical, Julie Abe. Okay, that sounds super cute. Okay, so these Unplugged book boxes, I've actually already gone ahead and cut them open and just peeked to, because I was sorting out the adult and the young adult ones. And while I was doing it, I went ahead and put these in the order. So I haven't actually looked into them. I just looked at the little paper so I could put them in the right order. So this is the February 22 box. The theme was morally gray. So let me move these worms. Okay, looks like so. Okay, what is this thing? Oh my gosh, this is so cute. These are called fruit notes. Oh, I have to put it all together. Okay, so it looks like an apple. And there's a little like double-sided glue or whatever here. And that's where you put the stem. And so you put the stem here, like glue it on like so. And then you have this little paper clip and you open this up. Hold on. So then it looks like an apple. I don't have this glued in right now, but yeah, it looks like an apple. How cute. And it even has, hold on, the little thing to go around it. That's very cute. Okay, something in a box here. Oh, we got another jar. Got one of these in the adult one too. This says, a person can never have too much reading material. Very cool. And it just has like this little wooden top. We have a candle. This says Hamden College, Untold Secrets, Autumn Rain, and Classic Books. Ooh. I smell something that's like fruity. Like apple maybe. I do get the rain and classic book smell though. But also something like a little apple or something like that. We have a coaster here. And what is this? Arawaya hand and body lotion. Dragon's blood, sugar, and oat milk. Okay. Oh, I got it on my nose. But it smells kind of like cinnamon or yeah. Like apples and cinnamon. Then we've got, I don't even know what this is. Oh, it's a massage oil. Ignite My Love. Ingredients: grapeseed oil, safflower oil, sweet almond oil, vanilla, and peppermint. Interesting. I don't think we've ever gotten a massage oil before. And then we've got our book. Oh, this has a weird, like, sandpapery kind of funky texture. Oh, I think I've heard people talk about this book. Anatomy of a Love Story by Sana Schwartz. Oh, it's got a heart on it there. And we have a signed book plate. And the letter from the author says, the summer after I graduated college, a friend and I traveled to Europe to try to make it to as many cities as we could as cheaply as possible. By the time we made it to Edinburgh, we were so exhausted from the preceding weeks of night buses and thin hostel mattresses that we mutually decided while strolling through Greyfriars Kirkyard that we would sit down in the grass between the crumbling moss-covered headstones and rustling iron cages that were put in place centuries ago to protect dead bodies from those who would steal them. It was mid-afternoon, the sun was warm and the grass was warm, and even with the steady stream of tourists, the kirkyard was quiet. I don't know how long we were asleep, but when I awoke, there was a blonde child blinking over me, his face pale with terror. "Mummy!" he shouted as he wobbled away from us. "They're moving!" In a graveyard, exhausted American tourists might as well be corpses risen from the dead. It was 3 years after that trip that I began to write story that eventually became Anatomy, a Love Story. 3 years in which I kept visions of Edinburgh playing in my mind. That city of sun-dappled grey stone and grassy hills, of castles and narrow passageways, of shops teetering on top of one another. If I was going to do that city justice in a story, it couldn't be just any story. It needed to be a story that was equal parts macabre and beautiful, romantic and sinister. It needed to be a little gruesome, and it needed to be a love story. I was inspired by books like Frankenstein, Fingersmith, and Leigh Bardugo's Ninth House, and by the true bloody history of Edinburgh, particularly the 1828 murders committed by Burke and Hare, who sold the corpses to a local doctor for dissection. Anatomy takes place just over a decade earlier, in 1817, when the corpse digging and selling trade was still vigorous. 1817 also happens to be the year Mary Shelley completed Frankenstein. Though I usually write to either silence or classical music without words, for Anatomy I found myself building a playlist of the emo and pop-punk adjacent music I had blasted on my iPod mini when I was in high school. The type of music I played on my headphones while I stared out a bus window and pretended to be in a music video. Panic at the Disco and My Chemical Romance and Frightened Rabbit became the soundtrack of my Regency-era love story. The songs were threads back to a time when I felt so strongly, when everything was being experienced for the first time, and I was raw as an exposed nerve. I wanted to write YA so that I could capture that sensation of everything being life and death, and what better way to do that than write a novel all about life and death. In another life, I was pre-med student who spent her summers interning in an air-conditioned laboratories with linoleum floors. Now, when I'm not writing fiction or for television, I write a podcast about the bloodier stories of royals throughout history. In many ways, Anatomy is my most personal book, in which I've taken every one of my secret passions and tied them together into the exact story I would have wanted to read when I was a teenager. It's my still heart laid bare and wrapped in paper and ink. Watch the blood, it might stain. All my love, Dana. Okay. I do believe I've heard really good things about this, so I'm interested to read that. Okay, that is everything in that box. Oof, on to the March box. The theme for this was Triumph over Evil. Okay, this looks like so. We've got a couple of things attached. Here we go. All right, this is Leia Roller Perfume. Roses, sugar, and embers. And there's, it looks like, I guess there are rose petals in it. I don't know if you can see that. All right. I've put a few things on me already, so let me just put this right here on my arm. Hold on, I think somebody's knocking on my door. Okay, I am back. All right, next up we have this bath bomb. It's Read and Relax Bath Bomb / Shower Steamer. Lavender and champagne. Can't really smell that. Oh, this smells very much like rose and like something you would put in your bath, like some kind of bath oils. We got something here. It's a plate that says the Shire. It's got like a map of the Shire on it. Cool. A candle that says the Dalloway 5. Balsam fir trees, wood smoke, and ghosts. Ooh. Ooh, that smells good. That smells like sexy man. This smells like Marty. I love it. Okay, then we have from Fiction Bath Co. The Wolf Hand Cream. Cedarwood, oak moss, and amber. Ooh. This smells like sugar. Like a very soft, sweet scent. We have a bookmark on our book. This is Ecstasia by Claire Legrand. And we have a signed book plate and letter from the author. It says, "Dear reader, where am I going? What do I believe? What do I desire? And what do I desire or despise? Those things we all feel, love, grief, fear, wonder, rage, joy. How do these things manifest inside me? How are they evolving? Who am I becoming?" The main character of Ecstasia, Amity, asks these questions of herself both in curiosity and in desperation. As happens in most stories, her answers at the beginning of the book are very different from those at the end. In the first chapter, she is sure of herself and her place in the world. Her purpose is clear, her home is idyllic, her family, mostly, beloved and respected. But as the story goes on and Amity embarks upon a quest to save her village from a great murderous evil, she unearths revelations that change everything she thought she knew, forcing her to reckon with her most deeply held beliefs. She also discovers a dangerous, tantalizing power called Ecstasia, a power that speaks to her very bones, a power that will change her life forever. As you read this book and travel with Amity through the horrors of her world, as well as its tender, aching beauty, I hope it makes you reflect on the things you believe. I also, quite frankly, hope it disturbs and terrifies you, as all good horror novels should. Most of all, I hope reading Ecstasia inspires you to hold your dearest ones close. I dedicated this book to the woman who helped me crawl through it. Even when I was at my lowest, they didn't give up on me. Even when Amity is at her lowest, when she expects to be abandoned and forsaken, she finds that she is not alone, that miraculously in this world of cruelty and lies, she is loved. And so, dear reader, are you. Happy reading, warm blessings, Claire Legrand. Okay. Okay, so that is all that's in that box. On to the next box. Here we go. For the April box, we had, the theme was Inner Power. Okay, looks like this. We have Redari's Cranberry Clove and Dark Magic Cleansing Bath Salts. And then Ace's candle. Smells like sandalwood, coconut, and dark musk. These are all wood wick candles too. I do get a woody smell, but I also get like a fruity smell. Oh, we got another jar. This one says, "A reader lives 1,000 lives." I like that they're all like a little bit different in size too. I think they'll look all really cute all lined up. Then we have On's Magic Lotion Bar. I have no clue what this is. It looks like a little mushroom. What the? Wasn't expecting that. Okay. So our little mushroom here is a pin. And that's the cat. That's odd, but cute. And I don't know what this is. A journal maybe? So yeah, it looks like this. And it is like a lined journal. Cool. And then we have our book. We have 1,000 Steps into Night by Tracy Chi, and I was definitely interested in this one. It is signed on the inside. Oh my goodness. This is what the letter from the author looks like. This says, "Dear reader, in 1,000 Steps, Minko, my main character, is both fundamentally ordinary and fundamentally alone. Too plain, too loud, too clumsy. This, an outcast in her failing village. But when she's cursed to become a demon and exiled from the only home she's ever known, she embarks on an adventure that will change her forever. Well, kind of. She remains plain, loud, and clumsy. But on her journey, she also discovers herself to be loyal, stubborn, and resourceful, not to mention in possession of some neat supernatural powers. I think her greatest strength, however, lies in her ability to make friends. Magpie spirits, horses, humans, bark skin gods, and by the end of the novel, she finds that she can tackle even the greatest of obstacles because she is no longer alone. I love a lot of things about this story, but perhaps close to my heart is the idea that we may be small and ordinary, but our relationships and alliances are what make us powerful, that bolster us and shelter us and equip us to make the changes we want to see in this wide and overwhelming world. I hope you enjoy Minko's adventures, and I hope that you, too, find your people. They're out there. They're waiting for you. Time to make waves. Tracy Chi. Oh, man. It takes my eyes like a few minutes or a few seconds to adjust to like regular size things when I'm focusing on these teeny tiny words. I have to blink a few times before I can see straight. Okay, that is everything in that box. On to the next box. The theme for this one is Catalyst. And okay, let's see what this thing is. It's a little collapsible cube, like a little storage cube. And it says, "Welcome to Caraval, where nothing is quite what it seems." And the other side says, "Remember, it's only a game." I know exactly what I'm going to do with this. In our new house, we have a place where we're going to like put games and stuff. And I'm going to put like decks of cards and things like that in this. That'd be perfect. Then we have a candle. This is the Ravens, black coral, cedar, and moss. Oh, this also smells like Sexy Guy. I love it. I don't know how to describe it other than Sexy Guy. Then we have some soap. This one's called Blood Sisters. Wilderwood Bubble Elixir, Fig, Cedarwood, and Tree Sap. So it's bubble bath. Smells good. What the heck? This is, oh, this is so cool. This is blowing me away. Okay, so we've got this map here. Here's Wonderland. We've got Treasure Island, Neverland, Ravka, Panem, the Four Londons, Middle Earth, Narnia, Fairy, Camp Half-Blood. I love it. But also, it freaking, the temperature, like, I don't know how I just did that. It's set to 20 Celsius. Like, and there's a tea infuser. I don't know if there's a way to like adjust the temperature or anything. That's just really super cool. So it lights up and tells you 20 degrees Celsius. There's no paper with it though, so I don't know if I can do anything with it or not. Like, I don't know if it changes temperature. Fantasy World Bookish Map LED Bottle Collectible. Take a trip to Narnia or Wonderland, Fairy or the Four Londons, or even Ketterdam with this exclusive Bookish map. You hear the bunny. How many of the locations do you recommend? Each of these stories has a catalyst set into place before they become something magical. This exclusive LED water bottle was designed by Team Unplugged. I just think this is so freaking cool. And then we have our book. Okay, we have Queen of the Tiles by Hannah Alkef. And I didn't see like a signed book plate or anything, so I'm going to see if maybe it's already signed. So there is an author's note in this. It says, people talk about the stages of grief as if they're levels to clear in a video game. And once you hit the final boss level and defeat the monster therein, you're free. The truth is that there is no linear progression to grief. If it is a game, it is one that twists and turns and darts back and forth through many layers. One day it's easy, one day it isn't, and one day it attacks you out of nowhere just when you think you've moved on. This is a book about Scrabble, and about murder, and about complicated relationships. It's also, in the end, about the many ways we cope with loss, and about beautiful, hideous grief. I trust you to know if you can handle that today. And if you can't, there's always tomorrow. So, yeah. There's no signed book plate with that one, though. Okay, that's everything in that box. Alright, on to the next box. This one looks like so. And the theme is cynical love. Okay, I don't know what this is, but it's cute. Oh, it's like a book thing. Like, hold on. So you put it on your book. Like so. That is cute though. I think with some of the things, like maybe like that, and other things that I may not necessarily use myself, they might be things that I put in my goodie boxes for my book buddies of the month. If you don't know about my coffee page, I will link a video up here where you could go and find out about my different tiers and the book buddy of the month. And my little buddy over here is just making all kinds of noise. But yeah. All right. Oh, this is cool. We have, it's like a really big mouse pad, like a desk pad. And, oh, I think this actually lights up. I don't think it's got to have power. It's got to be plugged in, or it's got to be charged or something. But yeah, it lights up around the edge, but it looks like this. This is very cool. I have a pink one of these, but I could maybe use a second one. Okay, then we've got a leading roll soap bar. Ooh, it smells really good. It's just a plain looking bar, but it smells really nice. Doesn't say what the scents are. Oh, the mat is from A Lesson in Vengeance. Oh, this is a massage soap bar. It also doesn't tell what the scent is, but it smells good. Then we have Robinson Family Soaps Blissful Summer Salt Soak. It looks like that. We got the little power cord for the mat. Something in here that has a battery. Oh, this is cool. This is gonna look so good on my desk. This is Paper of Girl and Fire Clock. And it is so cute. Love it. Then we've got our book. Okay, this is Improbable Magic for Cynical Witches by Kate Selsa. This looks cute. Okay, we have a signed book plate, and this is the letter from the author. This says, Dear reader, Salem has always held a particular fascination for me. Not the Salem of the witch trials, but modern day Salem as a place where kittish meets magic meets American history. When I decided to set my new YA novel, Improbable Magic for Cynical Witches, in modern day Salem, I knew I wanted to create a character who only sees the cynical commercial side of her town and has to be convinced to find the magic in it. Because of the pandemic, I did all of my research about Salem online, living vicariously through other people's tourist YouTubes and haunted house reviews. As I write this, I am planning my first real trip to Salem, hoping to see all of the locations that I may have pictured so vividly in my head. I fully expect it to be just as magical and cheesy as I have imagined. All the witchy love, Kate. Okay, so I don't really know what this one's about, so I'm going to read what this says. 17-year-old Eleanor is the last person in Salem to believe in witchcraft or to think that her life could be transformed by mysterious forces. After losing her best friend and first love, Chloe Eleanor has spent the past year in a haze, vowing to stay away from anything resembling romance. But when a handwritten guide to tarot arrives in the mail at the witchy souvenir store where Eleanor works, it seems to bring with it the message that magic is about to enter her life. Cynical Eleanor is quick to dismiss this promise until real-life witch Pix shows up with an unusual invitation. Inspired by the magic and mystery of the tarot, Eleanor decides to open herself up to Pix and her coven of witches, and even to the possibility of a new romance. But Eleanor's complicated history continues to haunt her. She will have to reckon with the old ghosts that threaten to destroy everything, even her chance at new love. Improbable Magic for Cynical Witches is an atmospheric and romantic coming of age about learning to make peace with the past in order to accept the beauty of the present. All right. That is everything in that box. Okay, next box. All right, the theme for this one is Stories Retold. And it looks like so. Okay, I'm not going to take this out, but we have like a Camp Half-Blood pillowcase. That's cool. Then we have Mami Wada, Refreshing Body Mist, Sea Salt, Tropical Plants, and Danger. A way to survive, a way to serve, a way to save. Okay. Put that one on this arm. Oh, that has like an orange smell to it. Oh, I love that. Okay, what do we have here? Breeze Immortality Potion. Pure Orange Essential Oil. That's cool. Another essential oil. And then we've got Robinson Family Soaps Unplugged Book Box. Scarlet. Deep Secrets Shea Coconut Spa Milk Bath Soak. Cool. And it's like a powder. Okay, this is one that I'm gonna have to move the camera back for, maybe, probably. Well, I can maybe show you a little at a time, like this. So this is a like beach blanket or picnic blanket or whatever, and it is the Lost Library of Atlantis. Here, let me just move the camera back, try to show you more. Okay. It says you can also use this as a light summery sheet, but I can't really see using this as a sheet, but definitely for like a beach, you know, lay it out on the beach or a picnic or something like that. And then we have our book. All right, this is What Souls Are Made Of, a Wuthering Heights remix by Tasha Suri. And we have a signed book plate and a letter from the author. This one says, Dear Unplugged Reader, I'm so thrilled to be sharing my book, What Souls Are Made Of, with you. If you love gothic, windswept moors, historical romance, and found families, then I hope this book will speak to you. I grew up loving the classic novel, Wuthering Heights, but I've loved the chance to remix it and shine a light on the history of the British Empire and South Asians in Britain even more. I hope this has given you an insight into the history of Britain, or at least one version of it, full of ghost secrets and the hint of a better future. Happy reading. Cool. Though I don't really know what it's about, so I'm going to read this. This says, Sometimes lost things find their way home. Yorkshire, Northern England, 1786. As the abandoned son of a Lascar, a sailor from India, Heathcliff has spent most of his young life maligned as an outsider. When he's brought to a household on the Yorkshire moors, he clings to his birth father's language, even though it makes the children of the house call him an animal, and the maids claim he speaks gibberish. Catherine is the younger child of the estate's owner, a daughter with light skin and brown curls, and a mother whom nobody talks about. Her father is grooming her for a place in proper society, and that's all that matters. Catherine knows she must mold herself into someone well-mannered and marriageable, even though such an effort might destroy her spirit. As they occasionally flee into the moors to escape judgment and share the half-remembered language of their unknown kin, Catherine and Heathcliff come to find solace in each other. Deep down in their souls, they can feel they are the same. But after the death of Catherine's father, the household's treatment of Heathcliff only grows more cruel, and the relationship between him and Catherine becomes strained and threatens to unravel. For how can they ever be together when loving each other, and indeed loving themselves, is as good as throwing themselves into poverty and death? Okay. Alright. There's that. And that is the last thing in that box. Now on to the last box that I have. Whew, it's been a while. Alright, opening this one up. And the theme is forest bathing. And there's also this note about they're actually going to start a horror and thriller box called Twisted Retreat. They're still going to have the Unplugged book box like they have, but they're doing this in addition to it. They've been working on it for a really long time. You can go to twistedretreat.com and sign up for their wait list, though maybe it'll be up and running by the time this video posts. Okay, looks like so. All right, we've got Silverwood Elderberry. This is a room spray and it's white. That's weird. Okay, I'm gonna spray these worms and see how they smell. Ooh, they smell like candy. Like sweet tarts. Like Smarties, that's what they smell like Smarties. Then we got Bath Bomb. This is Ginny Green Teeth. Apples, witchcraft, and caramel. And it's like green and brown. There's another mushroom thing. Ooh, I don't know. This feels ceramic. And then there's like a glaze on that. An Enchantment of Ravens ceramic mushroom. Okay. So you can like stick it in your plants or in your garden or just use it as decor. That's probably the most random thing I've gotten from Unplugged. Something in a box. Ooh. So we've got a Cruel Prince planter. And you could have gotten one that looked like an acorn or a pine cone. And I got one that looks like a pine cone. So you plant a little something in there. There's also this little, it's like a little tattoo kind of thing or something. You won't be able to see it because it's white on white. I don't know, it was just in there. It's kind of neat though. Then we have the Iron Queen tinted lip gloss. Ooh, that's a pretty color. Like a nude liquid lipstick. Or it said lip gloss. Yeah, lip gloss. Then we have a Song of Wraith and Ruin Bookish Map makeup bag. It's a weird shaped makeup bag. Like it's shaped this way. And it zips up here. Not really the best for makeup. I thought it was going to be for something else. I have to say, this is like, I'm probably the most disappointed in this box than I've been in any of the other boxes. Like, I don't know. Like, I really like Unplugged book box, and all of the stuff, like I said, their things are useful and just cool, and I don't know, this one just kind of felt like a bunch of weird random crap. I'm a little disappointed in this one. Let's check out the book though. It's a very thin book. Okay, the book is called A Daughter of the Trolls, a Numina Parable by Mackenzie Catron. And it has these really pretty stenciled edges. Ooh, hello. Okay, so there's art on the other side. And then the book is very pretty. This is a very pretty book. Very short. 242 pages. It is signed right here. A little bit of art. They didn't do the best job at separating the pages though, because like I'm having to separate each page. Like those are all attached. Like you go to turn one page and you're gonna turn like 20. Yeah, I'm not really sure what happened for this particular month, but hopefully the next one they'll be back to how they normally are. Let's see, we have the letter from the author here. It says, "Dear Unplugged reader, I never expected after becoming a rep and makeup creator for Unplugged in early 2020 that I would one day be an author featured in one of its boxes. Yet here I am, reader and artist turned author. Though I will admit, A Daughter of the Trolls started a journey I never planned on embarking on. I became suddenly chronically ill and wheelchair bound in 2018. And by 2020, I was diagnosed with many different illnesses and deemed untreatable by top doctors in the United States. This is my life now. Reading my favorite thing in the world became harder and harder as I lost the ability to imagine myself tagging along with the characters I read about. How could I picture myself attending a midnight circus or a fairy realm when I couldn't stand up on my own 2 feet or get my wheelchair across a carpeted floor? What have others in this community of wheelchair users and the chronically ill felt like all these years I was oblivious to this world? Do they feel seen? Are we represented? The answer is mostly no-ish. I sought to educate by writing A Daughter of the Trolls. I wanted to show people that not everyone in a wheelchair is paralyzed, but also that there are ambulatory users who must use a wheelchair 24/7 because of health issues. My main character, Sparrow, who is also chronically ill and in a wheelchair, essentially mirrors me. The symptoms I describe in my book are representing physical illnesses like POTS, EDS, peripheral autonomic neuropathy, and mental illnesses like anxiety disorders and depression. My hope at the end of the day is that some of you find the representation you've been looking for, and that the rest of you get to learn something new while enjoying a fantasy story inspired by old European folklore. I pray that you love my story and this world of the Numina Parable series, because there are more books to come. Thank you for supporting Unplugged and me, Mackenzie." And it says, "Beware travelers, guard your heart, listen for death's weeping, for she'll mourn the hour, she'll embrace a daughter of the trolls." Okay. I am interested. I'm gonna have to like separate all these pages out, but I am interested. And I have faith in Unplugged Book Box that the boxes will go back to, you know, being as good as they normally are. Okay, so what was your favorite item in all of these boxes? Comment down below. I think maybe my 2 favorite items are probably this mug that, oh, it says it's 21 now. I don't know if I'm changing it or I have to figure it out. But I love this. Also, I really, even though it's a very simple thing, I love this and I know I have a use for it. Oh, and I also really love all those jars. I think they're very cool, and I have to figure out what I want to put in each of them. As far as the books go, I think the two I'm most looking forward to reading are 1,000 Steps Into Night by Tracy Chee and Anatomy, a Love Story by Shanna Schwartz. These are the two I'm most excited about. Well, that's everything. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give me a big thumbs up. If you'd like to see more videos like this, click that subscribe button down below. And until next time, remember to always be completely you. Bye.